There are moments quiet, fleeting, impossible to fully explain, where the air around you feels different. A room that was just filled with laughter suddenly feels empty. A conversation that should have been casual suddenly feels heavy. A peaceful night becomes restless without a sound. And you can't quite place your finger on it, but deep within, your spirit whispers, something just shifted. These are the divine moments most people overlook. But not you. If you're here, it means you've felt them. And maybe, just maybe, you've begun to realize that what you're sensing is not of this world. It's not anxiety. It's not coincidence. It's communication. Because when God moves, the energy always shifts. You see, God does not always speak with thunder. He doesn't always appear in dreams or visions or prophecy. Sometimes he whispers through the wind. Sometimes he brushes past your soul like a soft vibration. Sometimes he enters a room not with noise, but with notice. And if you're sensitive, if you're chosen, you will feel him before you hear him. You'll sense his shift before you ever see his sign. This is the sacred awareness, the gift of the spiritually attuned. And right now, you are being called deeper into that awareness. Let's journey there together. Have you ever noticed how energy changes before a breakthrough? How attention creeps into your life before a promotion, a new chapter, or a revelation? Or how silence falls so loudly in your spirit right before something major happens? These are not random. These are spiritual preludes. These are divine vibrations preparing your soul for the next move. God is moving in your atmosphere, even when nothing around you has visibly changed. It often starts subtly. The people around you begin to feel different. Some drift away. Others become drawn to you like moths to a divine flame. Your habits shift. Old desires fade without explanation. Your environment becomes uncomfortable, even though it hasn't changed. What's happening is not physical. It's energetic. God is rearranging your path, and your spirit is picking up on the new frequency. There's a truth the world doesn't teach, but the soul knows. Before anything is born in the physical, it is stirred in the spirit. Before you meet the person, the energy shifts. Before the opportunity comes, the atmosphere changes. Before the enemy attacks, the spiritual air becomes tense. And before God launches you into your next season, there is always a shift in the unseen. Chosen ones feel this, deeply, and sometimes painfully. You might feel like you don't belong, like you're too much or too sensitive, but let me speak truth into your life. You are not too much. You are spiritually calibrated for divine intelligence. You are not emotionally fragile. You are energetically aware. You feel things not just for yourself, but for the collective, for heaven's purpose. You carry the burden of sensing what others deny. And it's not a curse. It's a calling. Now, let's go even deeper. When God is speaking through energy, the message is rarely obvious. It's not a billboard. It's a breeze, a frequency, a shift in light, a pause in time. You may be sitting in your home, going about your day, when suddenly, the stillness changes. You feel watched, or surrounded, or called. That's not paranoia. That's a visitation. Heaven is near. Angels are present. The Spirit is moving, and your soul has recognized the change. Do not run from that. Lean into it. Ask, what is this moment trying to teach me? What is being revealed? What has shifted that my eyes cannot yet see, but my spirit already knows? Sometimes the shift brings a warning. Your stomach tightens. Your thoughts race. The room feels off. And then, someone enters who is sent to distract, deceive, or derail. Your spirit knew before your logic caught up. Other times, the shift brings glory. You're overwhelmed with peace. Tears come for no reason. Joy rises in your chest without cause. And then, A door opens, a prayer is answered, or a revelation arrives. The shift is the signal, but only the spiritually awake can read it. This is why the enemy works overtime to desensitize you, with noise, with busyness, with doubt. Because if he can cloud your awareness, he can cause you to miss God's whispers. He can make you believe nothing is happening, when in truth, everything is moving. The spiritual battlefield is always active, but only the spiritually present can walk through it with discernment, grace, and divine authority. You are not here to react to life. You are here to interpret it, to read the signals, to feel the frequencies, to walk with wisdom through unseen currents. You are more than flesh. You are soul, and your soul knows the language of energy, because it was breathed into you by the Spirit of God Himself. Let's pause for a moment. Breathe. Slow down your thoughts. Let your body rest. And listen. Do you feel that? That stillness? That's not silence. That's presence. That is the opening of sacred space. The moment when God speaks not in sentences, but in sensation. Not in logic, but in vibration. You are in a moment of divine alignment. What you feel now is what most ignore, the weight of holy movement. So many of us ask, God, give me a sign. And yet, the signs are already here. But they do not scream. They whisper. They echo through the flicker of intuition. They arrive with the goosebumps that rise for no logical reason. They are hidden in the chill that glides down your spine. Even though the room is warm, they're in the way your heart suddenly pauses, as if something is entering, or something has just left. These are not coincidences. These are not just feelings. These are shifts, divine transmissions encoded into the fabric of your daily life. God is not silent. He is subtle, and the spiritually awake don't just hear Him, they sense Him. To those living in the natural world, energy is just a vibe, a mood. But to those walking in the Spirit, energy is information. It's data from heaven. It's how God clears the path before you ever take the step. It's how angels prepare the atmosphere before the miracle arrives. It's how the Holy Spirit nudges your soul long before you know why you're being led to go, or stay, or wait, or move. Have you noticed how sometimes the door shuts, and it hurts, but afterward, a deep peace follows? That's a holy no, a divine redirection. And the peace? That's confirmation. That's the energy shift affirming that God closed it for your protection. Or maybe you felt the opposite. You walk into a room, and everything in you contracts. You smile, but your soul tenses. You talk, but your heart is guarded. That's not negativity. That's your discernment. That's heaven shielding your spirit from unseen warfare. Energy does not lie. That's why you must learn to listen with your soul. You must become fluent in the language of spiritual tension. Because there are moments in life when God will not explain Himself. He will only shift the atmosphere and expect you to follow the feeling. And when you do, that's when the breakthroughs begin. Because energetic shifts are not just spiritual nudges, they're divine alignments. It's when the unseen realm reaches into the physical one and prepares your reality for transformation. Everything begins to shift. Your desires, your emotions, your focus, your relationships. Even your sleep changes. You feel more tired or more alive. You're restless or wired. That's not random. Your body is responding to the energy God is moving through your field. You are being prepared. You may not know what for yet. You may not see it coming, but your soul does. And it's getting you ready. Because before God changes your life, He shifts your frequency. He raises your awareness. He detoxes your space. He increases your sensitivity. So that when the moment comes, you will not just walk into the blessing, you will recognize it. And just as powerfully, you will recognize what is not for you. The more spiritually awake you become, the more obvious the dissonance around you feels. The conversations that drain you, the places that no longer resonate, the friends who suddenly feel distant even when they're near. That's not drama. That's divine distancing. God is recalibrating your reality to match the energy of your next chapter. And if you fight it, you'll stay stuck. But if you trust it, you'll rise. This is why solitude becomes your sanctuary. Because when God is about to elevate you, He will often isolate you, not to punish you, but to position you. He removes the noise so you can hear the frequency of heaven clearly. He quiets the chaos so you can hear the rhythm of your destiny. And that rhythm, it's not found in the words of men. It's found in the shifts. But here's what most people miss. Not every energy shift is external. Some happen within. You wake up, and suddenly, you feel different. You no longer crave what you used to chase. You feel called to a deeper level of purity. You feel a pull towards sacredness. You feel repelled by anything fake, shallow, or disconnected from truth. You start to crave silence more than stimulation, depth more than attention, prayer more than noise. That's the sign that God is not just shifting your path. He's shifting your spirit. You are not just changing, you are evolving. You are becoming spiritually mature. And that maturity comes with great responsibility. Because now you are called to read the energies not just for yourself, but for those around you. You become a vessel, a radar, a lighthouse. God places you in spaces not to blend in, but to sense what others cannot, to discern, to guard, to usher in truth. But beware, because with this gift comes the burden of spiritual weight. You'll walk into rooms and feel things others deny. You'll see smiles and sense hidden pain. You'll hear flattery, but feel falseness. You'll dream dreams that speak of the future. You'll cry tears that are not yours. You'll feel heavy without knowing why, because the weight of intercession rests on your shoulders. This is the path of the spiritually sensitive. This is the cost of being attuned to God's energy. But oh, the glory that follows. Because when God speaks through energy, His messages carry movement. They don't just inspire you, they propel you. They shift your destiny. They set things in motion that human hands cannot touch. And when you follow them, miracles manifest. You might find yourself waking up at strange times, 3:33 a.m., 4:44 a.m., not just to look at the clock, but because your soul is responding to divine codes. These aren't just hours. They are openings, portals of awareness, invitations to listen. When you feel those stirrings, don't roll over. Be still. Be present. Be available. Heaven is closer in those moments than you know. And when you walk into a space and suddenly feel overwhelmed, take note. Your body is picking up the residue of what has happened there spiritually. Your spirit is reading the energy. Don't ignore that. Interpret it. Some places are full of peace. Others carry trauma. Some homes are heavy with tension. Others are filled with light. Every place has a vibration. Every soul leaves a footprint. Every moment carries an echo. And when God sharpens your sensitivity, you will not only walk into these places, you will discern them. You will read what is not said, feel what is not shown, and move when nothing else makes sense, except your spirit says go. There will come a time in your spiritual walk when the shift is not around you, but within you. You will feel it deep, not in your mind, not in your emotions, but in your soul. Something ancient, something sacred, something eternal. A silent awakening, a holy remembering. You will no longer chase signs. You will become one. You will no longer seek light. You will embody it, because now Your energy is no longer reacting. Your energy is guiding. This is when you begin to understand that your very presence is prophetic. You walk into a room, and things begin to stir. You don't know why, but people react differently. Some are drawn, some are repelled, some feel convicted, some feel seen. That's not charisma. That's divine frequency. That's the residue of your encounters with God. That's what happens when you have been in the presence of the Most High. You carry the echo of heaven. And when you do, everything around you begins to adjust. People who cannot handle truth begin to avoid you. Things that once held you no longer appeal to you. Opportunities shift. Favor finds you. But also, resistance finds you too. Because now, you're not just walking in light. You're disrupting darkness. Don't be surprised when the warfare intensifies. That's the cost of walking in tuned energy. You are now a vessel of divine communication. A messenger not through words, but through frequency. You don't always have to speak. Your silence convicts. You don't always have to move. Your stillness commands. This is not pride. This is not ego. This is presence. Holy presence. When God places His energy in you, He does not ask you to explain it. He asks you to steward it. You must protect your energy with reverence, because not all who come to you are for you. Some are curious, some are hungry, but some are empty, and they will pull and pull until you are drained. You must discern who is assigned to you, and who is attracted to your light, but not ready to carry their own. You will feel this in the shift. Your peace will tell you. Your body will tell you. Your dreams will warn you. If your soul feels squeezed, don't ignore it. If your spirit feels silenced, pay attention. If you feel smaller around someone, that's not love. That's spiritual misalignment. You are not here to shrink. You are here to shine. God's energy in you is not decoration. It is deployment. You have been placed here now, in this generation, with this sensitivity, for a purpose. To stand between realms. To translate between frequencies. To intercede for those who cannot see. You are not just a human being. You are a living prayer. A breathing temple. A mobile sanctuary carrying divine atmosphere. And when the shift comes, and it will come, you must be ready. Because the final, greatest shift isn't just emotional. It isn't circumstantial. It is dimensional. There will come a moment where you sense a pressure in the spirit. A pause in time. A tension in the unseen. This is not fear. It is arrival. Heaven is stepping in. You may feel it as sudden weeping, or trembling, or time slowing down. You may feel overwhelmed with awe for no reason. This is visitation. God does not need a pulpit to speak. He does not need thunder or angels. He can shift a room with nothing more than presence. And when He does, your job is not to speak. It is to witness. Let the silence speak. Let your heart bow. Let your spirit kneel, because you are now in sacred space. You are now standing in the cloud of glory. This is the moment where time bends to eternity, where destiny aligns with obedience, where your atmosphere is not just natural, it is divine. And in that moment, you do not need to understand. You only need to receive, because God is releasing new instructions, new oil, new direction. You will not walk the same after this. You will not pray the same. You will not see the world the same. Because you have been marked by energy that does not fade, holy energy. And now, you must live differently. You must wake each day aware that your life is a conversation with heaven. You are not alone. You never were. You are surrounded by divine intelligence, by signs, patterns, nudges, whispers, dreams, shifts. And all of it is God, speaking, leading, loving. This is not New Age. This is not mysticism. This is the God of Abraham, the God of Jacob, the I Am, Yahweh. He speaks through thunder, but he also speaks through stillness, through fire, but also through feeling, through prophecy, but also through presence. And when you understand this, you will stop asking for signs and start reading them. You will stop needing confirmation and start becoming it. Because God is not just around you. He is within you. His spirit lives in your energy. His truth flows through your frequency. His love pulses through your being. So the next time you feel a shift, don't rush to escape it. Don't explain it away. Don't dismiss it. Enter it. It could be a warning. It could be a blessing. It could be an anointing. It could be God moving through the winds of your reality, calling you deeper, calling you closer, calling you home.